I would like to call to order the September 21st, 2020 Cabarrus County Board of Commissioners regular meeting. Welcome everyone with us on this virtual meeting, as well as those watching on channel 22 and on our webpage. It's good to see everybody tonight. First up on our agenda is the approval or correction of the minutes. And you all have a copy of those before you in your agenda. Do I hear any corrections to the minutes or a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the minutes by Commissioner Honeycutt and a second by Commissioner Shue. Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. That motion passes, and we move to the approval of the agenda, which you also have a copy of the agenda before you as well. Do I hear a motion to approve the meeting agenda, including the changes on page 45?
Mr. Chairman, I'll move for approval.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Shue and a second by Commissioner Kiger. Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say no. That motion passes. And we move now to recognitions, excuse me, and proclamations. And we do have a proclamation declaring Hispanic and Latino Heritage Month, and I would like to read that proclamation to you now. Hispanic and Latino Heritage Month Proclamation. Whereas Cabarrus County is home to nearly 23,000 community members of Hispanic or Latino descent, and whereas Hispanic and Latino community members enrich our communities by sharing their vibrant culture and heritage, and whereas in September 1968, Congress authorized President Lyndon B. Johnson to proclaim National Hispanic Heritage Week, and whereas this celebration was expanded by President Ronald Reagan in 1988 to cover a 30-day period starting on September 15th and ending on October 15th, and whereas the United States Congress and the White House call for all Americans to observe this month appropriately, and whereas Cabarrus County will join with the rest of the country in recognizing the National Hispanic and Latino Heritage Month by commemorating essential contributions, sacrifices, and accomplishments that Hispanic and Latino people have made to the United States throughout history. Now therefore be it resolved, the Cabarrus County Board of Commissioners do hereby recognize September 15th through October 15th, 2020 as Hispanic and Latino Heritage Month. And so do I hear a motion that we adopt this proclamation as presented?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Kiger and a second by Commissioner Honeycutt to approve the proclamation as presented. Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say no. And that motion passes unanimously. Thank you. We move now to informal public comments. I failed to mention at the beginning of the meeting, as I have in the past, but there are a number of methods that folks can participate in our public comment session. You can send an email to publiccomments@cabarruscounty.us. You can also call in on telephone number 704-920-2023 and use PIN number 1234 and let the moderator know that you would like to speak. There is also a camera set up in our meeting chambers in the governmental center where folks could actually come in person if they wanted to speak on camera. So I'll repeat that phone number again, 704-920-2023, PIN number 1234. If anyone would like to participate in informal public comments. And at this time, I will call on our clerk, Lauren Linker, to report if she has received any written comments via email or any other requests to speak.
I have not received any written comments, and there's no one on the line at this time.
Okay, thank you. Should somebody call in on that line, we will, since I failed to announce that at the beginning of our meeting, we will take exception to our agenda and allow those comments later on in the meeting. Next, we go to our consent agenda, which are all items that we have discussed at length during our work session 2 weeks ago. It's a pretty extensive list because we had a pretty lengthy meeting 2 weeks ago. So do I hear a motion that we approve the consent agenda as presented?
Mr. Chairman, I'll move for approval.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Shue and a second by Commissioner Honeycutt. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. All opposed, please say no. And that motion passes and our consent agenda is approved. We move now to new business. We have one item on our agenda tonight, and I will call on the county manager, Mike Downs, to introduce that item and several guests that we have with us. And if you are talking, Mr. Downs, you are muted.
I thought I had it. Sorry about that. I thought I unmuted. Yeah. Well, good evening. We do have one item tonight, and it is a request to place a blessings box at Rotary Square Park. Miss Cheryl Klug from one can charity, and then also Gabe Perry, who is a young man that is working on his Eagle Scout project, and who would actually be building the blessings box there. So if it's okay with you, I will turn it over to Ms. Kluge, and then she can introduce Gabe, and then Gabe can talk to us about his project.
Great, thank you.
Okay, good evening, everybody. So my name is Cheryl Klug, and I am the founder of Cabarrus Blessing Boxes, in the process of becoming one can organization. So to give you a little background, we do have 5 boxes that have been in existence since January of 2019, doing very well. As you can all imagine, with COVID, we've seen a huge increase in the need for these boxes. These boxes provide non-perishable food items and hygiene items to anyone. They can come to the boxes at any time. So it's all anonymous. And people can also go to the boxes at any time and donate items to the box too. So our saying is, one can will change a life. So somebody can go and put a couple of cans in, and that one can of tuna fish could be a family's only meal for the day, right? So it could really make a change. We've partnered with the Boy Scouts before. 2 of the boxes were built by 2 other Eagle Scouts for their Eagle Scout projects. That's the box at Cabarrus Health Alliance in Kannapolis, and also the box at Fire Station number 4 off of 601. So those both went very well. So the Eagle Scout whole project, I'll let Gabe talk to you about, is very detailed, and they have to do a lot, not only build the box, but they have to fundraise, and then they also have to have a sustainability plan for at least a year, which helps us because then we still worry about the box and tend to the box, but they've taken care of a lot of that, and I'll let Gabe explain to you what his plan for that is. So I'll be more than glad to answer any questions that anybody may have after Gabe speaks. So with that, I'm going to introduce Gabe Perry, who is our scout, working very hard to become an Eagle Scout.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Gabe Perry. I am building a blessing box at Rotary Square Park for my Eagle Scout project. So as Cheryl, building plan is, I plan on going to local businesses and asking them to sponsor a month to fill the box with food. So, and I've also done a food drive this last weekend to help it get initially stocked over my neighborhood, and we have counted 1,532 items.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's impressive.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask, Gabe, can you explain to the commissioners the design of your box, how you're going to, include the Rotary and Rotary Square in that design and the Boy Scouts?
Yes, ma'am, I can. So our box is gonna be 48 feet wide, 48 inches wide, and it's about 48 inches tall also. So it's very large, holds a lot of food, and we're incorporating Rotary on it. We are putting Rotary symbols on the actual sides of the box. We are painting them yellow and blue accents. We're gonna have Rotary International on them. And to incorporate the Boy Scouts, what we're doing is we're gonna put the Scout Oath on the back of the box, and we are gonna put the Scout Oath going around the bottom of the box on like a brace. So that's how we're incorporating Rotary and Boy Scouts. Any other questions?
Gabe, that's a wonderful project. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, for the
Yeah.
public's information.
Only question that I had, Gabe, was the box itself. You said it's 48 by 48, and then the back, I'm assuming, will be like a plyboard back. And will the front be glass or plexiglass?
So the doors on the front are plexiglass. If I can figure out how to share my screen, I can share you a picture. So open share tray, desktop window. Okay, so I apologize about having difficulties with this.
Well, don't worry about that, because we got a lot of us grown-ups that have trouble with it too, so don't worry about that.
So can y'all see that?
No, I can't.
I apologize about that, but yeah, the doors are plexiglass.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, we're trying to get it pulled up now. Debbie's going to try to pull it up on our end.
Right. Commissioner Kiger, were you attempting to ask a question earlier? I think he may be frozen on my screen now.
I can see it now, Gabe. I can see the drawing.
Yes.
Can you,
Yes.
Lauren, can you scroll down to and see the actual, some of the pictures that of the construction? There you go.
Oh,
There's Gabe and his dad building.
Yep.
Also,
that
the
was one of the
materials are-
first.
Oops, sorry.
I apologize. You can speak.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted them to know that the material is not, they've used all pine wood, so it's going to hold up very well. There's no plywood in this, and everything is pressure treated, high quality, so the lasting, the box will definitely last and be very sturdy.
looks great to me.
So we're looking to potentially place it in the back corner next to the parking lot so that you can drive in, or if you're walking in, that you don't have to approach the box from directly from the sidewalk. You can go back for some privacy in the back parking lot.
We, a few days ago, met with Mr. Miller, and he recommended that we put it in the planter on the road, so it'll be more accessible.
And Gabe, I spoke to Mr. Downs earlier today and told him that we had originally wanted to put it in the back, and our concerns that with it being on the street, I know this box is going to be a very active box, so with it being on the street like that, I think that's going to really push the activity in and out of that box. But the other main concern is so many people who utilize these boxes. There's a whole shame, embarrassment feature that goes to, you know, people who are suffering from insecurity. So for them to have to be on the corner like that really puts them out. And so I'm afraid it may deter people that are really in need from utilizing this resource, because they may be nervous somebody's going to see them, you know, etc. So all of our other boxes do have the ability for somebody to drive up and are not right on a main road, so they have that option for people.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can again work with our general services, or IM staff can work, and we'll definitely reach out to you, Gabe, as it's time to put it in place. We'll find a place that is secure, off, not directly on the main road, and then also we'll have to make sure that there are no underground utilities close by, so when we start digging, that we're not interrupting that. So we'll find a good place for it. If the board is agreeable to allow us to move forward and Gabe to put his project in place, then we will make sure that we find the most appropriate place for it on the site.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
So
Yeah,
if you're looking for,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you're looking for a motion, I will make a motion that you move forward with this project.
Thank you.
We have a motion by Commissioner Honeycutt to move forward with this project. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, a motion by Commissioner Honeycutt, second by Commissioner Kiger. Is there any discussion? I did have one question. I think that I had spoken with County Manager earlier, and we were going to make sure that the City of Concord and the Concord Rotary Club were on board with this. Have you spoken to both of those parties, Mr. Downs?
I have not spoken to them directly. It is my understanding that Kyle has reached out to them, as well as Jonathan Marshall, to the City of Concord, and Ms. Klug is actually a member of Concord Rotary as well. So I'm not sure Ms. Klug, if you've made a presentation to them.
So I have not made a formal presentation to my Rotary, but we have talked about putting this box in Rotary Square. There didn't seem to be any pushback on that. Concord Rotary has done several projects for the Cabarrus blessing boxes as far as collections and donations, so very supportive of our mission. And then the city of Concord, the mayor has been aware, and I had talked to the city a couple of different times about doing it, so, but not exactly sure if I spoke to the correct people that need to be spoken to.
I would be very surprised if there would be any concerns, but just as a matter of courtesy, because they have, particularly the Concord Rotary Club's putting a lot of work in fundraising and creating that square. We want to make sure they're on board, and I feel like they will be. I think it's a wonderful project. I've had an opportunity to be at the Cabarrus Health Alliance on a number of occasions where I have seen people take advantage of the box there and use it, and I've heard nothing but glowing reports. Is there any other discussion on the motion on the floor? Okay, if not, all in favor, please say aye. All opposed, no. And that motion passes unanimously. And thank you for your efforts, Gabe, and we wish you success in completing that project and with your fundraising, and please call on any of us if we can be of any assistance to you going forward.
Thank you very much, sir.
Right, you're very welcome. And that is the only item of new business that we have tonight. So we will move now to updates from commissioners who serve liaisons to various boards, committees, or municipalities. Does anyone have anything they would like to report tonight? Yes, ma'am, Commissioner Honeycutt.
So the Senior Center is back at it, so I have some announcements on their behalf. September is Senior Center Month. The 2020 theme is Senior Centers Delivering Vital Connections. This month they have a virtual murder mystery, Who Killed Mr. COVID? Continues through September 30th with clues at the Concord Senior Center and Parks. A cupcake decorating contest, September 21st through the 30th for all ages. Elvis Bingo outdoors at the Concord Senior Center on September 30th, and recognition of volunteers who are the true heart of their team. There are some outdoor classes with limited selections going on beginning the week of September 21st, and their virtual diabetes self-management program continues. And last but not least, for children of all ages, is the Touch of Truck event that this year is going to be a drive-through event. It's on October the 3rd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Cabarrus Arena and Event Center. And they're bringing together trucks of all kinds, emergency vehicles, construction equipment, transportation vehicles, and demos. There'll be over 100 vehicles that have committed to date, and it will be a drive-through reverse parade style. So lots of exciting things starting to happen back a little bit that for those of you who are looking for some entertainment for your children and you, feel free to check out the website and you can find more details.
Great. Thank you. That Touch a Truck event last year, I heard tremendous positive comments about it. People really enjoyed that. I have a grandson that likes all things trucks and tractors, so hopefully I'll be able to drive him through there. Are there any other reports from commissioners? Okay, at this time I will open up the floor for general comments by board members. If anyone has any comments they would like to make at this time. Well, I would like to mention the 2020 census. That will be ending September 30th. Our response rate here in Cabarrus County is not nearly what we would like for it to be. We want to encourage people to complete that census form. You can do that online. Everyone should have received information how to do that. If not, we have a section on our webpage that addresses how you can do that online. I think there have been a number of other opportunities with in-person visits by census takers. That has a direct financial impact on Cabarrus County and the taxpayers of Cabarrus County as to the funding that we receive on many of our programs, both state and federal funded, is depending on that population, not to mention our representation in Congress. It's important in so many other ways. It has been a difficult year with the pandemic and folks' lifestyles being a little different than normal. So I feel sure that has a lot to do with our low response rate, but it is critically important that folks respond to that census within the next week, so that we can receive the funding for programs that we deserve. So anybody that has any questions regarding if they have any difficulty filling out the census form or how to find it, they certainly can call Cabarrus County's general number, and there will be someone there that can assist them with giving them that information. We have a complete count committee that has done a tremendous job of getting that word out. As a matter of fact, on Channel 22, immediately before this meeting, I saw a feature on the census talking about the importance and giving information as to how to access and fill out those forms. So would like to certainly encourage everyone to do that. Are there other general comments at this time? Okay, hearing none, we do not have need of a closed session tonight. So at this time, I would entertain a motion that we adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Shue, a second from Commissioner Honeycutt, calling for adjournment. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. So that motion passes. We would like to thank everyone for joining us virtually on the webpage or watching us on Channel 22 tonight. And we will meet again for our work session at 4 p.m. on Monday, October the 5th. So we look forward to seeing you all again then. And for now, we stand adjourned. Thank you.